I realized I haven't done a nursery tour for a while. I used to do one every season. Well, today is the middle of May, and I thought I'll show you how things are going in the nursery here. This area is relatively clean. I've been kind of pulling the weeds and trimming, so this part looks sort of presentable. This part too. You see this dead weeds? Well, what happened was this area was getting awfully dry. I said, I wonder why. I mean, I have my automated sprinkler system on and it still looked dry, so I hand watered a couple of times, and then I finally said, well, I gotta figure out what's wrong with this. Well, what happened was my little doggy Jackie, she was chasing lizards, and I guess the wire got in the way, so she chewed up my control wires. So I had to fix that. Now everything's looking good. Everything is being watered like it's supposed to be. I try to move my materials from one area to another, mainly so I could kind of spin it around. This used to be way in the back. I brought these boxes here. You can see that I did the trim and I haven't picked up the clippings yet. This side too, I got it clean, but the weeds want to keep coming back. It's a never-ending battle. I guess there's chemicals we could use, but I'm kind of leery of using too much chemicals because we have to work in the soil, right? Well, what do you think about this? This used to be full of plants yesterday. I got them all cleaned up, trimmed, and then I moved them. Good idea shooting against the sun, but these are the plants that were on that table that was empty now. Some of this looked kind of sick. I think some sort of fungus hit it. Should come back, but if not, I'm gonna treat it. These were crepe myrtles, and there was so much weeds and so much wild growth that it took a while to get it cleaned up. And then this side, you'll see a few things that look stressed. That's because of my little doggy, Jackie. So this area looks full. Well, that's what I've been doing. I'm slowly reducing my inventory as they sell. But I wanted to make the nursery look full, so I just bring it in the fence line. There used to be a bench along the fence, and there used to be a building outside of the fence. Well, I removed the building, I removed the bench, and then now all this area still looks full. Oh, here's our little Jackie. Jackie, come! This olive gnocchi, I did a fairly good job of pruning heavy at the early part of the year, so it looked good now, right? These are some of the nicer olives. I got these cleaned and trimmed. These olives, I'm gonna trim them up so that get a nicer look, but I'm saving it so that I could do it as a chapter. These two are the dwarf olives, and then wild olive, and the Chinese elm over there. This one here is a ponderosa pine that finally has some shape. It took a long time to figure out how to shape these things, but it's getting there. And then as I pan around, my Chinese elms. Yep, I had time to trim those, so they look decent. Oh, most of these on this table I got it cleaned up, so it's not too bad. Okay, these in these very shallow trays needs work again. Well, about a little bit more than 2 months ago, I had it all trimmed and cleaned. I got to do it again. That's what happens when you have Chinese elms. And then as we swing over here, we've been following this one here. I think I do have a pot I could put this in, but I'm afraid to put it in a nice bonsai pot because when you have to pick it up, or when you can't not pick it up because it's too heavy and you spin it, then you break the legs on the ceramic pot. So I think I'll just keep it in here until somebody shows great interest. This area, some look good, others need trimming and weeding again. Oh, take a look at this one here. The back is a grove, not a mess. So that one definitely needs to be trimmed. Here's our big Chinese elm, Niwaki. I already trimmed it twice this year. One thing about elms, you sure need constant trimming. And then as we swing around, I'm still looking for something to put in that spot. It has to be something really hardy because it's really hot on that bench there. This is that wisteria that I worked on a couple years ago, right? It's healthy now, but it did not bloom. So what I have to do now is to take this whole thing up and put it in a tray of water so it got constant moisture. They say that the wisteria will not bloom even if it's kept watered, but what happens is there's such a rapid and tremendous grower that you have to have them soaking or else it cannot produce flowers. I used to have one that did it every year, but that one's gone too. So anyway, I'm going to try that later this year. Well, I bet. Okay, this area is the last of my bonsai pines. And as we get to the back here, we got the boulevard cypress, and then remember our really big trident maple. I mean, these got some massive trunks on it. I'm still trying my air layering on this juniper. It was not successful yet, but it hasn't failed yet either. And then if we go this way, we got ginkgos, zelkobas, Chinese hackberry, and our olives. Oh yeah, these are, remember these three? There was one tree about 3 years ago. Well, if I had the pots, I would put these in mica pots, but I don't have any more of those. Actually, we're running out of pots. Most everybody locally is running out of pots. So I'm making progress. I think I have less than 2,000 plants, which is still a lot, but compared to the 10,000 that I used to have, it's not bad. Here's either a patio or small Niwaki mugo pine. Okay, this section is still full. I think this table here was trimmed up, weeded less than 2 months ago. Oh yeah, well, when it comes out of dormancy in the spring, everything comes back with such a vigor. And then you just whack it back and it comes right back again. So I guess it's a good thing, and as long as you're a hobbyist, it's a great thing. But when you have a nursery with this many plants, it's a pain. Okay, what we see is the boxwoods. Those are the one with the pink in the back. They're the ones that was the air layer. And I think I found all 12. One on the far left, I think that one was the first one I took off, and it was not well rooted. And so it's still struggling. It's not dead yet, but it's not rooted like these others. I was going to bring everything in one of these days and do it as a chapter so you could see everything. And then this batch here, these were the hardwood cuttings. So this area is well protected, and I'm still trying to get everything so that they would get to the next stage. Well, these two big ones, actually there's a third piece. I did it about a year ago, last year sometime. It was a big one. It could have been a triple trunk, but it would have been huge, so I cut it, and I'm still waiting for it to recover a little bit more, because I want to take this and recarve it so that it has a nice transition right here. This area used to have a shade structure and the fence. Well, I took that down, and now it's just an open space. Well, you could see some of my black pines need trimming. Well, I think on a previous chapter I was showing you what you have to do if you get in a jam and you don't have time to really do the proper job. But anyway, this is probably the worst end. But if you drive up, this is what you see first. So let's go ahead and walk down and see what else we got. Okay, so take a look. So this is still on my driveway. Looking. Well, one of the reasons, because I feed these fairly heavy so that I have nice strong trees, but it grows like crazy. Okay, so as you drive up, you'll be seeing these. Yeah, I was proud of this one too, but son of a gun, looks like I need to really prune it again. So as we get closer, if you were driving up and park your car over here, you will see, a few more. Well, this area is works in progress. I wanted to do something like this, but these will be just stacked so they won't have mortar, and so they have a tendency to kind of fall down every time the wind comes by. So anyway, but I was thinking this area, this is only part of what I have. So working with this and others, I thought I'll expand my Ishizukuri. Now, I'm coming up with some new concepts that It's still in my head. I haven't really worked it out yet. Hopefully you enjoy this long delayed tour of the nursery. I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'll see you again real soon in another chapter. Hopefully I'll get back to doing it every season. But today is the middle of May.